morning and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. So yeah, today I just wanted to film a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of a chat. I haven't posted a video in a while just because I did take a little bit of time off over Christmas, and yeah, I've made a couple of really big changes to my diet, so let's chat. I'm really sorry if all you can hear in the background is like drilling, and that is because next door are putting a pool in, which is great for them, but it's really noisy for me, which is obviously fine, but just a little bit unideal for filming, so apologies, can't fix it, soz. So quick recap, I was previously on a pretty strict elimination diet. So I do suffer with IBS and food intolerances, and at the moment I've been working with my dietitian to really just try to pinpoint exactly what those were so I can, you know, finally get some long-term relief from symptoms. So yeah, I've been following a very strict low FODMAP diet and a low food chemical diet, and there is a little bit of crossover, but basically anything you can have on low food chemical, or like 80% of what you can have on low food chemical, which is already pretty restrictive, are high in FODMAPs. Doing them both together is super restrictive, not ideal at all, and yeah, basically you can't have pretty much any fruit and a lot of vegetables. I've been doing it for a couple of months and I just couldn't get my food chemicals under my threshold, basically. So I kept having flare-ups, which made it really hard to do the FODMAP challenges, which would hopefully mean I could, you know, bring some more food back into my diet. And it's not ideal to be on such a strict elimination diet for the amount of time I was on it. Your gut obviously thrives from variance, and the more different foods you can eat, the better for your gut it's going to be. So I decided to take a huge diet break over the Christmas period. I wanted to enjoy the festive period with my friends, with my family, eat what I wanted, drink what I wanted. I kind of just threw caution to the wind, and let me tell you, did I suffer. I honestly have not been that bloated and in that much pain for a very long time. So it was a very good reminder of why I'm engaging with this process. But you know, it is what it is. But basically this year I did try to kind of get myself back on track, but I just found it a huge struggle because it's a mental thing. I miss having good food, and I don't want to say I'm a foodie because everyone thinks they're a foodie, but I enjoy food, and I enjoy variance in food, and I enjoy cooking and baking, and pretty much all of my favorite things I was not allowed to have, and the stuff I can have is just not stuff that I really like. So I was finding it very boring and just a bit depressing, to be honest, to only be able to have the same few things over and over again, and especially because it conflicted a lot with what my ideal of healthy and balanced was. In summary, I have decided to try something a little bit different, and I want to preface this by saying I'm doing this under the supervision of my dietitian, who is monitoring things like my weight and my caloric intake to make sure that I am getting enough nutrients, and yeah, basically that it's working. I decided to do what is kind of similar to intermittent fasting. So it is a fasting approach because basically your food chemicals is like a bucket. So everyone has a threshold, and once you hit that threshold, you get a reaction. And my issue is because I'm eating little bit all the time, I keep hitting my threshold. So instead of doing intermittent fasting where I would fast for, 16 hours and then eat for 8 hours, I'm doing something called alternate day fasting, where basically on one day I fast and then on the next day I eat. So instead of doing a complete fast and then a bit of not a binge, but eat whatever you want, I'm doing a modified fast where I am still going to be eating, but I'm going to be eating a dramatically reduced amount. I'm going to be eating about 25% of my normal daily calories, which for me is about 550 to 600 calories. So that would be my daily intake on one day, and I'm going to make sure that that day is completely low food chemicals. So it's going to be one meal, it's going to be a boring meal, but it's going to kind of reset me, if you like, and empty that bucket and lower the food chemicals in my system back down to hopefully near zero. So then on the second day, I can eat whatever I want. So I am still going to be eating low FODMAP, but hopefully this will kind of keep my food chemicals at a low enough rate that even though I'm eating maybe slightly higher in food chemicals on my alternate days when I am eating freely, it won't be enough to kind of hit that threshold, and then I'll go back to a fast day where it'll kind of drop them back down, and I'll be able to kind of increase the variance in what I'm eating and reintroduce all of these wonderful foods that I have been missing so much. Instead of being good all the time and having heaps of slip-ups that just set back my progress, I'm going to have like one kind of sucky fast day where I eat something boring and not very much, and then on the alternate day I can go back to eating what I love. Now this is going to allow me to do the FODMAP challenges, so I can then reintroduce more foods back in, which I'm really looking forward to, and just stop me having reactions and being really uncomfortable and in pain all of the time. So I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I've been doing it for about a week now, so I had a chat to my dietitian who agreed that it was a theoretically sound approach, and so far so good. Like, you do get hungry on the fast days, but I've just been drinking decaf coffees, heaps of water, which has been great for my water intake. And then I've actually been splitting my calories across like 2 smaller meals in the afternoon. So it's not been like really uncomfortable or unbearable in the slightest. And it's been a week and I feel so good. Like, I haven't had a reaction at all. Like, my stomach feels so good and just, like not bloated, not uncomfortable, not flared up at all. So I'm having a great time so far and I'm so excited. So I'm going to do my first FODMAP challenge tomorrow and kind of take it from there. So today is a eat day. So I've been eating, you guys saw my breakfast, which firstly, I've been having real coffee again. I've been having decaf coffee for months because caffeine is really high in salicylates, which is one of the food chemicals. But since I have been doing this new kind of fasting approach on my eat freely days, I've allowed myself 1 cup of real coffee in the morning, and it is amazing and I'm so happy. It is definitely one of the things I have missed the most. And I also made some protein granola with Naked Harvest Supplements Thrive Protein. The recipe is actually on my Instagram, so if you did want to check that out, I would recommend it because it is delicious. And protein powder, that's something else I've missed. High in amines, can't have that. So reintroducing little things like that and just like little treats has been really amazing for my mental health, and doing it in a way that doesn't kind of set back my process has been just a really positive change for me. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm really happy to just not be stuck on such a restrictive diet all the time. On my eat freely days, I am still being like sensible. I'm still being conscious of my food chemicals. So if I eat like a couple of high things, I maybe try to pull it back for the rest of the day. I'm still avoiding things from the very high list because I don't want to just like set myself off for no reason. So I'm still being sensible and not just like going F it all in. But just being able to introduce like the moderate and a couple of the high things on a daily basis is already made such a huge impact. So that's basically my update. Welcome back to great healthy food content, and I will definitely be sharing what I'm eating on my normal days, back to protein shakes and healthy meals and just all of the delicious things. Okay, so I'm just cooking some dinner for us, and I'm just cooking some chicken up, and I'm doing a little bit of a bulk prep. So I've got like 1 kilo of chicken going, and I'm cooking it all, and whatever we don't eat for dinner tonight, I'm just gonna like freeze, and that is gonna be some great meal prep. But I am flavoring it with this longevity bone broth glue, and if you haven't tried it, like, you need to. I swear by this stuff. This one is the lemon and herb flavor, and that is my favorite flavor because it's super mild, super tasty, and Finley can enjoy it as well. He's not a fan of the spicier ones, go figure. But it's literally bone broth that's flavored, and you just like put it in stuff. So it's got heaps of collagen forming amino acids, and it is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and nut-free. So I definitely recommend this. This is great for healing the gut and super tasty as well. So if you've been looking for a good bone broth, I would definitely give this a try. I do have a discount code for this, so I'll pop that on the screen there as well. But yeah, I recommend this flavor of the bone broth and also their sriracha bone broth mayonnaise will change your life. It's so good, and the best part is Callum and Finley both think it's too spicy, so I get it all for myself. So I've just got all of my chicken there in the pan, and I'm just slowly cooking that with about a cup of water and 2 tablespoons of my bone broth flavoring, which is going to give it just enough to be delicious. So once my chicken cooks, I'm going to take probably about half of that out and then pop in my vegetables. So I'm just doing zucchini noodles, pak choy, carrot, and cabbage, like a little like veggie, I don't know, compilation with the chicken, and then maybe a little bit of tapioca starch just to thicken up the sauce as needed, and then that is going to be my dinner. So yeah, super tasty and super easy, and also super quick as well. Like, I'm just waiting for the chicken to cook, and then I'm gonna throw my veggies in, which is, yeah, definitely a must for my life right now with working full-time and then Finley and trying to be present and not kind of just waste time fluffing around. I try to have as many like quick, delicious meals that I can just throw together, you know, maybe like once or twice a week, do something extra and do like that nice, like proper hour-long cook up. But midweek meals are quick throw togethers, and this is absolutely perfect for it. So there you have it. That is my dinner, and Cal will either have that one when he comes home, or I'll just throw it in the freezer as like a little bit of meal prep, which is nice and easy. I ended up throwing in some of these cognac, I don't know, noodles, just to kind of bulk it up a little bit because they look really good, and this tamari sauce, so it's going to be like a nice Asian inspired vibe. And then that is the rest of my chicken. But I'm just going to grab a little bit more because Finley has already finished his first portion of chicken. So I think he likes it. What do you reckon, buddy? Is the chicken good? Yummy?
Good, what?
Yeah, you like that? Yum. So yeah, I think he likes it. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so I see you in my next video. Bye.